I think that the most shocking part of it all was that there was a lot about Matty Healy, and I don't think anybody ever expected that. Apparently, this was like a 10-year-long situationship that I think kind of just went over everybody's heads. They had previously dated in 2014 when he was 25 years old, and Taylor Swift was seen wearing the 1975 t-shirt, and I think that maybe they had a little fling, and clearly that ended. She started dating Joe, and that went on for 6 years, and then, you know, fresh out the slammer, she's like, who am I gonna call? Matty Healy. And that was a rise and fall pretty quickly.
I could not believe it, and I guess, you know, this goes back to you know, even seeing how like Kelly and Gio were reacting when they were first hearing some of these lyrics, because she does reference past songs too. It feels like that you're like, holy shit, that song was about Matty Healy?
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? And it makes a lot of sense now too, because obviously we all felt that Matty's situationship that just happened was like a rebound type thing. But the way they jumped into it so fast, now it totally makes sense that they had all that groundwork, all those years of knowing each other. So when she finally got, like, when she got out of that Joe relationship, it was like, here he is. Oh my God, could it finally be, like, could it finally all be working now for this to be the case and for this to like actually happen? And they took it, you know, obviously they took it public.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like, a cardigan, like, we were like, shit, was like a lot of midnights about Matt. Like, it was crazy.
What are your thoughts on people saying that if Matty Healy turned around tomorrow and proposed to her, that she'd run off with him and leave Travis?
Devastating. But like, from what I digested from this album, it's not impossible. Like, it's not like, I don't know, clearly that's really hard. Those are some deep feelings that you've had for a long time, somebody who's known you for a long time. And
have you ever seen people talk about the fact that, like, you know, a years-long breakup can almost be easier to get over, because a lot of times before somebody, you know, years long before you break up, you kind of have like grieved that relationship, like you kind of know it's ending, whereas like a situationship type of thing, it's almost like a what could have been, and because you don't really know what that could have flourished into, it's almost harder to get over. Like,
absolutely,
people talk about that.
Yes, and I totally like can see that, and I do think it. You know, people were like, "Damn, Joe thought this album was, you know, going to be about him, and it was 6 years, and it was serious." And the Joe songs are very serious, and they were in a very committed relationship. But I don't know, I relate to that a lot, just even in my own life, past relationships. Like, I've definitely had like full-blown relationships that I like closed the door on, it was done, I never really looked back, compared to people that have kind of popped in my life at different times, but like consistently for a long time, and I always thought, gosh, you know, like, you kind of end up thinking about those situations more. So I totally get that, and I relate to that a lot.
It seems like that was the case here with Matty Healy, where like even throughout her 6-year-long relationship, she was like, okay, this is ending, who am I calling? It's Matty Healy. Will things work out this time around? Has he changed? No, he hasn't.